Hi, this is Teacher Arlene and I'm here to teach and guide you on how to distinguish reality from fantasy. Let's go! Let's start your journey in our lesson for today. Have you ever heard stories about fairies, dwarfs, or giants? Are these stories true or make-believe? What can you say about this picture? What do you think is this? Yes, it's a fairy. Don't you think there is a fairy? Have you ever seen this in real life? How about this? What is this? Yes, it's a baby. It's a twins. Have you ever seen this in real life? How about this picture? Don't you think it is true that there is a flying horse? Have you ever seen this? How about genie? Who among you seen this in real life? Don't you think there is really a genie? What about this? What is this? Yes, it's a bird. What kind of bird is this? Alright, it's an eagle. Don't you think eagle is really exist? Is it true? Have you ever seen this? How about this picture? What can you say about this picture? What is this? Yes, it's an old lady or a grandmother. Do you have a grandmother? Oh, so it's true. Grandmother or an old lady exists in real life. So, based from the picture, which do you think is really exist or something that it is true? Yes, it is a twins or babies, the eagle and the old lady or grandmother, while the rest, such as fairies, flying horse, genies, they are not really exist in real life. They are just a make-believe stories or a product of imagination. Let's read some sentences. The water froze and turned to diamonds. Is this true? Could it be possible that water froze and can turn to diamonds? How about in number 2? Let's read. The eagle flew high. So is this possible that an eagle could fly high? It makes sense. How about in number 3? The girl ate hot dog for dinner. So, who among you eat hot dog? So do you think these sentences is true? How about in number 4? The farmer planted pizza and hamburger. Wow! Don't you think these sentences is true? Do you believe a pizza and hamburger can be planted by a farmer? Don't you think it's ridiculous? It's not making sense. How about number 5? Lucky played video game after school. Oh, I know most of you are very familiar on video game. Do you think these sentences shows that it is possible to happen? Is this true? Do they really exist? Let's read again some sentences. The water froze and turned to diamonds. The farmer planted pizza and hamburger. This group of sentences is an example of fantasy. A fantasy is a situation or an event that is magical, makes believe, and could not really happen in real life. It's a product of imagination. The eagle flew high. The girl ate hot dog for dinner. Lucky played video game after school. This group of sentences is an example of reality. Reality is a situation that is true or an event that could really happen in real life. Let's practice. I know you can do it, kid. In your first activity, give a situation or give me a 5 example of a situation or words that shows the reality and 5 example of fantasy. Are you done in your first activity? So let's do another activity. So in your second activity, I am going to say some statement, and if the statement is reality, you will going to clap your hands 3 times, and if the statement is fantasy, you will going to stamp your feet 3 times. So are you ready? Okay. An old woman. Next, 10 children. Children playing. A family lived in a shoes. A shoe as big as a house. A turtle can run as faster than a rabbit. Let's try another activity. In your third activity, you will going to tell the word reality if it can happen in real life and fantasy if it is a make-believe. So in number 1, the dragon roared and then flew off into the clouds. So what is the answer? Is it reality or fantasy? Okay, so the answer is fantasy. In number 2, snakes and rabbit came out from the magician's hat. So what is the answer? Alright, the answer is fantasy. In number 3, some animals eat other animals. Some animals eat other animals. So what is the answer? Is it reality or fantasy? Alright, the answer is reality. Next sentence. A strong wind sank the motorboat into the deep sea. What is the answer? Alright, the answer is reality. Next, a person can sleep for 100 years. A person can sleep for 100 years. What is the answer? Is it reality or fantasy? Alright, the answer is fantasy. Then the last number, we have my brother can flap his arms and fly like a bird. My brother can flap his arms and fly like a bird. Alright, the answer is fantasy. How will you know, or how are you going to distinguish reality from fantasy? So, remember that a reality is a situation that is true or an event that could really happen in real life, while fantasy is a situation or an event that is magical, makes believe, and could not really happen in real life. Here's your final activity. This activity will measure your knowledge and skills that you learn from this lesson. You are going to distinguish reality and fantasy. Write R in the blank if it is really happen in real life, and F if it is a make-believe. Let's check your work. Did you get all the correct answers? For your enrichment activity, read a story entitled Cinderella, Beautiful Girl. Distinguish reality from fantasy in the story given. Write some sentences from the story that tells reality and fantasy, or just click the link. Yay! You made it! You have successfully finished our lesson for today.